So, good evening, everybody. I just recently got Blade Runner, the books delivered. And as the books came out, you can't see it very well because it's sort of trying to hide it from you. Also, the Foundry modules came out. And as you know, I do like poking around Foundry a little bit, and luckily I've got a bit of time on my hands. So I thought I'd actually have a very first look at this Blade Runner module. I have to, in the matter of disclosure, say it's not the very first look because I did help test it a little bit. But I haven't actually looked at the finished product at all, and I have not previously looked at the starter set, which is also included. So here I've got my Foundry open. So I'm just going to pop into the new world. Let me just take the music down a bit. And by the way, if there's anything with the audio not in order, please let me know in the chat so that I can fix it, because sometimes my microphone is not playing along at all. So where's my chat window gone? There. Good. So welcome to Blade Runner. Join game session. Let's see what happens. Very first look. Ah, yeah, we've got a little origami unicorn up in the left corner. You can see that it's sort of black on gray, but hard to see. Now it's loading it in. And by the way, this might have a couple of spoilers if you want to play it. Oh, hi Mohammed. I hope you can hear me okay. Good to see you. And I'm very excited to read about the project you're doing with Thomas about Vaesen in Egypt. Top man. So, update is complete. Okay, not much. So we've got a few scenes. We've got, what have we got here? We've got the spinner here at the bottom, which is the badge, which is a nice idea, I suppose. We have a few scenes around the top. LA Central, we've got a map with map pins on it. Ooh, color scheme. I don't like the red on that background. It's hard to read. But we've got all the different pins on here. Retirement row. Now if I double click on them, yeah, and they're linked. So we've got all the different locations on here. It looks very busy, doesn't it? Taking the music down a bit, it's a bit lively. So, all right. That's our welcome. Let's have a look at the first stop, and which is always the character sheet for me. We've got a few things here on patches. Let me clear that out. Patches. Actually, we should look at the welcome and how to use things. So, welcome. What does it say? Preface. Yeah, okay. This is the intro from Thomas Harenstam. And then we've got the to get going. Read through the journal entry in Game Systems Manual. Broken link. That might just be me, though. And the core rules system. So, Game Systems Manual. Where do we think that would be? In the journal? Game? No? Don't know. Where is it supposed to be? Game Systems Manual. Oh. Might just be me. Don't want to rubbish this before I have a chance to actually check it out properly. So, and Stefouch, I think he's from Belgium. He created this, and he kindly provided his Discord contacts if you want to get asking questions or making suggestions. And you also have the GitHub here, the GitHub link for it all. Oh, what happened to my music? Ah, it's gone really quiet now. So, and then it says, next steps, Blade Runner, to get going. We will have to look at what's included, but I want to look at the actors first. So, create an actor. So, Tess will have to come and help us again. And by the way, Mohammed, you played this with me on roll, so this is an alternative for me to have a look at. So, you can scale it, but it doesn't get any bigger. Let me see whether I can zoom my browser in a little bit so you can read it a bit better. There we go. So, we have replicant or human. And whereas I go to replicant or human, it automatically adjusts the resolve, the health. Okay, good. We then have the different dice here. So the attributes are all initially set to C, and the skills all to D, and that's as it should be per the rules. So that's pre-configured. That's quite nice. So I can then add my different skill ratings. And if I wanted to roll stamina now, let's go to the tab with it. Ah, stupid music is far too variable. So, stamina roll. We get this chance here to say, okay, these are the dice pulled from the attribute and from the skills. Maximum push 2 or unlimited. Okay. Am I a replicant? Yes, then I get 2 pushes. As a human, you would only get 1. I could add an extra die from an assist or maybe an advantage. But let's just roll. So the dice look red, more or less. Like these dice here, which I haven't unwrapped yet. Got a couple of extra sets. And then we have the chance, 1 eye is 1 success. So you click on it, you basically get the detailed dice results and you can push. When you push, you should lose a resolve, I believe. Yeah, that's automated as well. And now I have 1 success and a complication, if I remember correctly. Gosh, I have to read the rules. In about a week's time, I'm supposed to run this again for somebody on Foundry. We've got on the combat, we've got the extra sprints, the extra actions, I should say, and they're explained with mouse overs. Can you see the mouse over? Yeah, you can. So they are explained. Intelligence plus medical aid, or manipulate, empathy plus manipulation. So I can roll them here. And I can put an extra die on. Not sure it's the extra die. Unicorn. Unicorn's a bad thing here, even though in the film it's relatively good. We've got the inventory. Signature item is still on here. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The favorite item is gone. You've got promotion points up to 20. Left click adds them. Right click takes them away. Humanity points again up to 20. And Shinyan points the same way. Let's have a look whether we've got any kit here. So items in the core rules set. We have items. And they're nicely organized in folders with extra icons on them. So ranged weapons, for example. Oh yeah, look at all the artwork here. So we've got the blaster, for example. Put it across. Did that not work? No, I've got a 2 on here. It doesn't count as inventory. So you can see there's a different font here, sort of a handwritten font. Delete that item. Or I can roll directly from here, or I can edit the item. So edit the item, you see basically what it is. What features it has. Yeah, so we get different attack modes here for the different ammo types. That's something you have to, probably a bit more complicated than most systems. You actually have to decide what sort of what sort of ammo you want to use for your blaster. So how do I do that in the attack, do I think? Have a look in a minute. And then we've got action. Shoot, roll, skill. Oh yes, you can configure extra actions on these. Right, so if I wanted to roll this now for an attack. Roll item. That's how it works. You get a pop-up and say, okay, what sort of ammo are you using? And then you can use rifle rounds for longer range, long range, but actually pretty good damage. Or the caseless ammo or the sonic round. So let's go for rifle round. You get the chance to actually put lots of modifiers on. So it's a large target, that means I get a plus, or the target is behind cover, disadvantage. So this is now, should be balanced. 1 advantage, 1 disadvantage. And if I put careful aim on it, let's see what happens. Now it just puts the advantage. The other ones are grayed out. I think. Can I click on them? No. So that's automatically configured for you, basically saying it counts the ticks, I guess. And then make sure it gets the right thing. And I can also say, do it blind, do it private, do it just for myself. Roll with advantage. And I've got base damage with piercing. Okay, that works quite nicely. It's actually really nice. I like that. What other items have I got that I could potentially show up here in the inventory? Explosives, sonic charge. No, still combat. Stimulants, beer. There's my inventory. Edit item, send item to chat. So it's nicely styled, I have to say. I picked some nice icons here. I think they're from GameIcons.net, but they look quite nice. And biography. Right, now this is just an empty character. Of course, the starter set comes with a number of pre-gens and with a lot of other content. So let's have a sniff around that one. Have I enabled it? Let's see, case file, core rules, starter set. So we've got the introduction here in the new journal mode that came with Foundry 10. So you've got all the subpages on the left. It's neater. You've got far fewer pop-ups and pop-outs, but it's harder to actually just have one page you want linked somewhere. It's possible, but a bit harder. We've got the timeline on here. Oh, that's a bit small. Ah, yeah. Click on it and it zooms out. Still a bit small. Okay. We have... Yeah, this is the stuff, chapter by chapter, from the actual booklets that come in the starter set. Starter set is down there as well. It's just not going to show up very great on the camera again, but let me wave it at you. So, look. Yeah, it's trying to hide me. You can see it's a nice, chunky box, quite heavy. Lots of stuff in it. And, yeah. So all the rules are here, as per the book. And nicely presented with the artwork as well, which is always nice and linked together here. So, signature item. You can relieve stress. You click on stress, it tells you what the rules are for the stress. And you even get the roll tables. Can I roll directly from here? 4, let's have a look. Stress effect, human 4. If I roll up here. Ah, that's where you have to roll. And then you get the item, which you can actually pull onto your character sheet, I believe. Where's my character sheet? Put it across. And where would this be? Yeah, under injuries you get shakes, me too. That's nice. All that works. Yeah, it's really good work. Pleased to see that. So, but I wanted to have a look at the starter rules. So you've got that. What else have we got here? Tools of the trade. The tracker. Or the case file. Yeah, that would be cool to actually have a sheet in here. Maybe there is one, but if I edit it here. Yeah, I can actually edit. Put things into here. So this is something you would then share with your players and they could actually edit it. The collaborative editing used to be a bit dodgy in Foundry so far. If two people tried to edit one document and just fell over. It might be better now, I haven't tried it. Otherwise you have to appoint one owner who actually has to put all this in. Right. YouTube is just saying that I'm no longer being received. Can you confirm that, Mohammed, if you're still there? Yeah, right, we'll see. Then we've got the welcome, of course we do. What I was going to say is we've got some roll tables here, roll tables for the chases. We've got the critical injuries. Okay, all good. Have we got a deck? We've got the initiative cards, but not the chase cards. You can hear me. Okay, I just got an error message here that YouTube was not happy. So you've got the initiative cards here. I wonder how that works. So let's pull some characters up onto a map. Let's go to the snake pit. We've got a bit of dynamic lighting here. Look at that. For the night club, we've got some rotating spinning lights on the dance floor. So my test character and a couple of pre-gens. And maybe an NPC of some sort. Right? And let's see how that works. Whether it uses the cards for this or whether it's default. So put them in combat. And have we got any macros? As I said, this is completely first exploration. I haven't looked at it at all. Ah, the macros are no longer here. Because they're not part of the adventure packs. So if anything, they're here. And it's just game system manual. Yeah, that's the only macro included. So if I wanted to take decks, shuffle and deal, I would then have to do that manually, I think. Yeah, never mind. But initiative should still work. Let's see how it rolls initiative. So roll for everybody. Didn't roll a thing, did it? No, that doesn't work for some reason. The initiative. Okay. As I said, it might be that I haven't read the rules yet. I mean, the system guide. I should, really, because I keep telling people to do it. Well, possibly. I did. Usually you don't have to start combat before you actually roll initiative. But it would actually populate this and then you say begin combat. But if I do it now, let's see. No. Roll all. Nothing happens. Nothing rolls. Let me have a quick look at the console, whether there's something in the console. Yeah, there is. It says roll, save, eval, produced a non-numeric result from expression. So replacing initiative roll with input field. Oh, reverse initiative order? Have I got that on? Hang on. Ah, this I must have actually done something with this before. So let me take that out. The calendar as well. And let's try that again. Good call, Folan. Good call. So back to the snake pit. Back to my combat tracker. Now I've got the dice as well. Look at that. Now it works. So completely my mess up. Yeah, it was just for that. I still had reverse initiative order on it. So he is the highest initiative that actually goes first. And I think actually the system guide did recommend that I use the third-party stuff. Reverse initiative, didn't it? Yeah, here, reverse initiative order. It is recommended, and I enabled everything that was recommended, but that one doesn't seem to work for me. So, that worked, however. It's the wrong way around, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have a clear order for your initiative, that's fine. Right, what do you want to see, guys? Seeing as you are watching. Core rules. No, sorry, I was in there. Case file. So one thing that was tricky when I did this on roll, there were lots and lots of handouts that you want to dish out. And you may actually want the students, teacher mode. You may want your players to actually see all this stuff and be able to refer back to it without actually having to share it with them each time. So if I go here, for example, and have a look what they've got in journal, in the case file, we've got a thing here, a journal now on version 10. It's just all in one journal called Handouts. And if I read this correctly, it is a bit of a teacher moment. You're quite right, Roland. Yeah, but it's me discovering it. I've done that before, actually. I have taught a subject that I don't actually know anything about it, and I always was just one lesson ahead of the students. Yeah, was especially interesting when I was doing Spanish for year 10. I don't speak Spanish, but it was good enough for a few weeks. So, and if I read this correctly, these crossed out eyes means that the players can't see it. So anything I click on and share with the players, show players. I don't have any players connected, so it won't let me do it. That should then prompt me to say, do you just want to show it, or do you want to share it so that they can see it in future? I guess what I would have to do now is configure ownership. Yeah, and then I could say all players can see it. But that is actually quite a neat way, because if you have it all in one journal, they can pop back and do different things. They can get back into this entry and just look at all the handouts again. And luckily, which I really like here, the handouts are not just A to whatever, A to S, but they've got a name on them, so that it's a bit quicker to find the one you're actually after. We've got the maps, not just as scenes, but we also have them as handouts. By the way, they're really gorgeous in the starter set. You know, all the handouts you get with it. I really want to get this to the table at some point soon. Yeah, I guess so. You say it would allow for showing to a single player, so they would have to more verbally describe the clue. You can do that with configure ownership, certainly. I think depending, because I don't have any players now, whether it's all players or not, but certainly when Forbidden Lands with my modules installed, I can actually choose one player to do it. However, you have to remember that in this game, basically everybody is connected all the time. So even if the party splits up, they are supposed to keep up with each other through their, what is it called? I can't remember now. Their wrist-mounted computer or whatever, the mobile phone, whatever you want to call it. Should have read up on it again. Yeah, so lots of handouts, and the maps as handouts as well. And the maps here, let me just have a look how they're configured. Have we got walls on these maps? Yeah, there are walls on the maps. walls, open spaces, and some doors. Walls and doors. So if you want to play it with vision and fog of war, you can do that too. Makes you wonder what this X is, doesn't it? I always think that's somebody who died there. So dressing room, double click this. I'm in the wrong thing. No, that's just dressing room. This is just a label without a journal behind it. So you know what's what. Look at the XV. Is it a light? Because we've got the lights here in the corner. Big lights, small lights. Yeah, okay. Good. Anything else you want to see? Because I don't want to spoil anything. I know Mohammed has played this before because I was in the same round as him when he was playing it. There's Becca. This is the characters, the pre-gens, and then we've got something called PDF. Ah, yes, the character sheet has PDFs. For quick reference. That's useful. That's the built-in PDF viewer now in Foundry 10. So, we had to look at the downtime events. Oh yes, downtime events. They are in the Electric Dreams. We've got another set here in the core rulebook. Of course, it's possible to only buy the starter rules Foundry VTT and not the core rule sets. That's why they're duplicated, I guess. Because Electric Dreams is part of the starter rules. Music, unfortunately, there's no soundtrack yet. So what you're hearing in the background is Dark Fantasy Studios. It's Nicolas Judy who does that. He's also looking for new subscribers for his YouTube channel. He's got lots of ambience music and it's royalty-free. And it's pretty nifty. Go and check it out. He'll be very happy to have a few more subscribers. He was recently saying, what do I do to grow my channel? And he's definitely deserving of a bigger channel there. So, yeah, I think that was, how long are we going now? 25 minutes. That's a first look. But if you want to know anything else, now's the time to ask, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. Oh, look at all those beautiful critical injuries. Severed leg. Ooh. Oh, you're very welcome. As I said, I'm looking to set this up to run it on the week today. It's actually a week today. I'm supposed to run it for some people. And I'm excited that this has now finally come to Foundry rather than Roll. Nothing wrong with Roll, by the way. I like running this on Roll, but I like Foundry better because I can modify it more. Yeah. But if you do play Roll, yeah, play Roll is the name of the VTT, if you like. I made a character sheet over there, so go and check it out. Right, but for now, thank you very much for keeping me company, guys. I much appreciate it. And I will be definitely making some more once I've got my head around running the game. So how I'm actually going to do it with players, I probably will connect myself with a player account as well, so I can try out how the handouts work next time. Anybody else who watches this and you've got any questions on the system, anything follow-up you want me to do, just leave a comment. You know how it works. But for now, thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you soon.